Welcome to NightCreeps, where the darkness wraps around you like a blanket, if that blanket had teeth. Tonight's story is a found recording nightmare straight from the wild heart of Idaho, titled Logs from the Boise Shadows. The recovered audio logs of Jack Harlan, a rugged local who set out on a routine hunting trip with his tight-knit group of family and friends in the Boise National Forest. What started as a peaceful escape into the woods turned into a desperate fight for survival against something unknown, something not human. These are his raw, unfiltered recordings, some calm and ordinary, others frantic and terrifying, pieced together from what was left behind. Listen close as the ordinary days give way to the impossible, and the forest reveals its secrets, one horrifying entry at a time. If you're here to drift off to the sound of creeping dread, perfect. Dim the lights, get comfortable under the covers, and let the story pull you under. But if the hum starts in your ears, maybe check the trees outside your window. If this tale chills you just right, hit that like button. Let me know you're still with us. And subscribe to Night Creeps for more black screen horrors designed for late night listening. New stories drop regularly, all immersive, all unsettling, all perfect for falling asleep or trying to. Good night, or whatever's left of it. Sweet dreams if you can manage them. This story begins now. Testing. This is Jack Harlan, out here in Boise National Forest, about 40 miles northeast of Nampa. Figured I'd start documenting this trip on my old voice recorder. Battery's fresh, should last a while. We're a group of 7. Me, my wife, Emily. She's the best shot with a rifle I ever seen growing up hunting elk with her dad up near McCall. Then there's her sister, Sarah. Tough as nails. Used to run trap lines in the winter for extra cash. Their brother, Mike, my brother-in-law, he's the fisherman of the bunch, could catch trout in a puddle. His boy, Tommy, just turned 11, already knows how to skin a rabbit and start a fire with a flint. And our buddies Buck and Dale. Buck's a logger from up in Idaho City. Spends half his life in these woods, chopping down pines. And Dale's ex-military. Did tours in the desert, but came back to run his family's outfitting business in Horseshoe Bend. All of us Idaho born and bred, know how to live off the land. Ain't no city slickers here. We drove up this morning in 2 trucks packed with gear, tents, rifles, fishing poles, enough MREs and jerkies to last a month if we had to. Plan was to take a 2-week hunting trip. Deer season's open, and the fishing in the streams here's prime. Set up camp by this little clearing near a creek. Got the fire going, nothing exciting today. Tommy caught a couple of rainbows for dinner. Grilled them up nice. Emily and Sarah foraged some berries. Buck and Dale scouted the trails. Mike's telling stories about a time he got lost in blizzard near Payette Lake and survived 3 days on pine nuts and snow melt. Laughter's all around the fire. Sky's clear, stars are out. Feels good to be away from the noise back home. All right, signing off for now. Morning, day 2. Sun's just up, coffee's brewing over the coals. Last night was quiet. Heard some owls, maybe a coyote in the distance. Nothing out of the ordinary. We slept solid in our tents. Buck's already out checking his snares. Came back with a rabbit. Dale's sharpening knives, talking about how he learned survival tactics and basic training. He said he'd eat boo leather if it came to it. Tommy's excited. Wanted to hike up the ridge today. Emily packed lunches. Sarah's cleaning her 308. Mike's rigging poles. Plan is to split up. Me, Mike, and Tommy fishing downstream. The others hunting up the hill. Weather's holding, cool but not freezing. Feels like a standard trip. I'll check in later. Okay, back at camp. Day went fine. Mostly we caught a mess of fish. Tommy reeled in the biggest one, proud as hell. Mike gutted him up quick like he always does, but something weird on the way back. We heard this low hum, like a distant generator, but out here, no roads nearby, no cabins. Lasted maybe a minute, then gone. Tommy said it made his ears ring. Mike shrugged it off, maybe a plane high up, but didn't sound right. Up at the hunt, Emily said they saw fresh tracks, big like a bear, but spaced wrong, too wide. Buck joked it was Bigfoot, but Dale got quiet, said it reminded him of something from his army days. Tracks that didn't match any animal. Sarah bagged a small buck, though, so we're eating good tonight. Fire's roaring, stories flowing. That hum's nagging at me, but probably nothing. Night's falling. Quick one here. Midday, day 3. Morning hunt was dull. Saw some deer sign, but nothing close enough for a shot. Fishing slow today. Water's murky after last night's light rain. Tommy's whittling sticks. Emily and Sarah are mending gear. Buck chopped firewood. Dale's on watch rotation. We always keep someone alert out here. Old habit. Mike's napping in his tent. Nothing much to report. That hum didn't come back. The tracks from yesterday are all washed out. Seems all good. Okay, whispering this. It's gotta be past midnight. Something's out there. We were all around the fire earlier eating venison stew Sarah cooked up. It was damn good as always. Tommy was yawning, ready for bed. Then that hum started again, louder this time, vibrating our chests. Buck grabbed his axe, Dale his rifle. We scanned the trees with flashlights, but nothing. Then shadows, not animals. They were tall, thin shapes darting between the pines, faster than anything should move. Emily fired a warning shot, echoed like thunder. The shapes scattered. Mike pulled Tommy into the tent, and we waited, hearts pounding. The hum faded after maybe 10 minutes. No track this time, even though the ground's wet. What the hell was that? It's not bears and not wolves. It seemed coordinated. Dale said it might be drones or something, government test, but out here? Sarah's shaking, holding her knife tight, and Buck's pacing. I'm on first watch. If it comes back, God help us. Dawn, day 4. No sleep for most of us. Those things didn't return, but the camp feels off. Coffee tastes bitter. Tommy's quiet, said he had a nightmare about skinny men with no faces. Man, kids' imaginations, right? But Emily's worried, says we should pack up and head back to Nampa. Mike agrees, but Buck and Dale want to scout, see if it's poachers or what. Sarah's sharpening arrows. She got that compound bow she won from the state fair last year. We voted to stay one more day and fortify the camp. We barricaded it up with logs, set some tripwires with cans. That hum's gone. There's no signs. Maybe it was nothing. I'll update later. This is getting bad. Afternoon was tense but quiet. We reinforced the perimeter. Buck felled a couple of saplings for stakes. Dale taught Tommy some basic signals, whistle codes from his military days. Kid picked it up quick, like his uncle. Emily and Sarah gathered roots and herbs just in case we need to hole up longer. Mike fished, caught nothing. Water still off, like something stirred it up upstream. No hum today. Feels almost normal, but everyone's on edge. Dinner was just jerky and canned beans. Stories were short tonight. Early to bed, praying for a quiet night. They're back. woke to screams. Not ours. Out in the woods, like animals dying. We grabbed weapons. Me with my shotgun, Emily her rifle, Sarah the bow, Buck and Dale flanked the camp. Mike shielded Tommy. The hum was deafening, shaking the ground. Then they came. Not human. Silhouettes. Elongated limbs moving on all fours sometimes, upright others. Their eyes were glowing faint blue. One lunged at the tripwire. The cans rattled and Dale fired. Hit it square. It dissolved like smoke, but left a scorch mark in the dirt. Others retreated. We held the line till dawn. There's no injuries, but ammo's low. What are these things? Aliens? Demons? Tommy's crying, says he saw one watching him yesterday during a dull afternoon, thought it was a tree. I brushed it off then, but now we need to move. Breaking camp at first light. On the move. Packed essentials, left the tent, heading southwest, towards the old logging road. Buck knows it from his work, says it'll get us to the ranger station in 2 days if we hustle. Trail's rough, but we're used to it. Emily's leading point. She's got sharp eyes. Sarah's got Tommy's hand. Kid's tough but scared. Mike's carrying extra packs. Dale covered in rear. No sightings today, but that hum echoes faintly now and then. Found a dead deer on the path. It was gutted weird. Organs arranged like in a pattern. Definitely not natural. Dale muttered something about rituals from stories he heard overseas. Dull hike otherwise, just blisters and sweat. Stopping soon for the night. Okay, we camped in a ravine last night. It was quiet with no attacks, but dreams. Everyone had them. Emily woke sweating, said she dreamed of blue lights in the sky over Boise. Sarah whispered about voices calling her name. Tommy drew in the dirt stick figures with long arms, but Mike erased it quick. Buck's foot swollen from a twist, but he's pushing on. Dale's rationing water. Breakfast was energy bars, moving again. Hum's constant now, like tinnitus. Ambush hit us at dusk. We were crossing a stream, water shallow, but they came from the banks, dozens, swarming. Emily shot two. They vaporized like before. Sarah loosed arrows and pinned one. It shrieked, not animal, not human. High-pitched whine. Buck swung his axe, cleaved another. Dale emptied his clip. Mike guarded Tommy, but one got close, grabbed the kid's arm. Tommy screamed. Mike bashed it with a rock. It let go, but left burns like acid. I blasted the rest back with buckshot. We ran. Found a cave to hole up. Tommy's arm's bandaged. Sarah used herbs she picked earlier. Said her grandma taught her remedies from the old homestead days near Coeur d'Alene. Kid's feverish, muttering about, they want me? What does that mean? Lost some gear in the scramble. Low ammo, hum's right outside now. Wait until morning if we make it. Out of the cave, no pursuit this morning. Tommy's better, fever broke. Says he doesn't remember much. Dull push today. Forest thinning, we're getting closer to civilization. Buck's limping bad. Dale's supporting him. Emily scouted ahead and found some berries, safe ones she knows from years of foraging. Sarah's quiet, watching the trees. Mike's carrying Tommy now. No hum for hours. Feels like a breather. But those burns on the kid, they look like patterns almost. Circles and lines. Dale glanced at him and went pale. Said it reminded him of markings on artifacts from Iraq digs. Ancient stuff. Brushed it off as coincidence. We're pressing on. Okay, hell broke loose again. Reached the logging road. Thought it was safe, but they were waiting. Bigger ones this time. Maybe leaders? I don't know, taller with what looked like some kind of armor that was shimmering but not metal. They attacked in waves. Emily took one down, but it exploded in blue fire, singeing her hair. Sarah's bow snapped, so she switched to the knife and stabbed one. Black ichor poured out everywhere. Buck charged, axe high, but they swarmed him, dragging him into the trees. Screams, then silence. We couldn't save him. Dale yelled, "Retreat!" We ran back into the woods. Mike's cut on the leg, not bad, but bleeding, and Tommy's hiding his arm, says it itches. Found a thicket to hide. We lost Buck, man. He's a good man, survived the avalanches and the sawtooths, but not this. What are they? Why us? Feels like that hunt is mocking us now. Buck's gone. No body. Just his axe. Left like a taunt. Dale bandaged Mike's leg, used strips from his shirt like he did in the field. Emily's blaming herself, says she should have seen the ambush. Sarah's holding Tommy close. Kid's arm. The burns are glowing faint blue now. He says it doesn't hurt, but whispers they're talking. We shushed him. Moving slow today. Mike's hobbling. Aim for the river. Float it out if we can. Dull dawn. Misty. No attacks yet. River reached, but no escape. They hit at sunset. Crossed the water like it was nothing, gliding over it. Dale fired last rounds, took out 3. Sarah fought hand to hand, fierce like a mama bear. Her fishing trips up the salmon river toughened her, but one got Mike, pierced his chest. He went down protecting Tommy, gasped something about the lights over Nampa, then gone. We dragged Tommy away, Emily covering, hole up in an old miner shack. Sarah's wounded, slashed on her arm. Tommy's burns pulsing. He says the things chose him. That first dull day when he wandered off briefly during the fishing. Thought it was a dream. Voices in his head. What does it mean? I'm inside the shack. They're coming. Survived the night. Barricaded the door. Emily stood guard, rifles empty but bayonet ready. Sarah's feverish but stable. Used more herbs. Tommy's quiet, staring at his arm. The patterns, they look like maps or symbols. Dale thinks it's communication. Said he saw similar in classified briefs. Non-terrestrial. He won't say more. Mike's buried shallow outside. He was a good man. Fished Snake River since he was Tommy's age. We mourned quick. The plan, we're going to hike south. Signal for help. No hum now. Just eerie silence. It was a dull trek. Forest is dense, but we're pushing. Emily's leading, Sarah with Tommy. Dale's got my shotgun with the last shells. Tommy tripped, said his arm pulled him off trail, laughed it off, but his eyes, like different, bluer. Maybe the light. Found a stream, drank deep. Found some berries again, no signs. Almost feels normal, but those symbols on his burns. Dale sketched them in the dirt and erased them again real quick. Said they matched star charts or something. That's just idle talk. We're going to keep moving. They're inside. Not these things. The voices. Tommy woke screaming, said they want home. Grabbed Sarah, his aunt, and changed. Eyes glowed blue. She fought, but he touched her wound, and it spread like infection. She convulsed, then stood, blank. Emily shot her. She had to. It was mercy. Dell tackled Tommy, but the kid's strong now. Escaped into the woods. We chased but lost him. Found Dale later, throat slit. His own knife. Is it suicide or Now just me and Emily hiding. Hums in my head. Tommy was the key. That first day, the tree he saw, it planted something. There'd attack on U.S. soil, but from where? Above? Below? Unanswered. Vague shapes in the tree. Emily's asleep. I'll watch if anyone finds this. Just run. Emily's gone. Looked at her walking out, eyes blue. She called my name, but not in her voice. I ran. Alone now. Woods feel emptless. Hums a song. Symbols in my head. Was it always here? Idaho's wild, hiding what? Questions. Why us? What chose Tommy? The government know? Lights over Nampa that night. Mike saw. I see now. Coming for me. Recorder low. If you hear this, it's not over.